Welcome back to the booziest of bookworm channels. And you know, I feel like everyone really liked the Night Before Christmas review. And so I figured there are a lot of moms out there who have a lot of kids, or at least one, because that's how you become a mom, is when you have at least one kid. Anyway, I digress. And so I feel like I should review some more children's books. And so today we are going to be reviewing Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. And the wine I have selected to go with this is La Vieille Femme. La Vieille. I don't know. Let's find out what it means. You guys, I picked this wine because it had a rooster and a chicken on it, and that kind of went with like the farm theme. And I took a little bit of French, so I know like that at least means farm. This means the old farm. I was once again successful, and I never doubted myself for a moment. And not only is it perfect, I don't know what kind of wine it is. It says Récollet? I don't know. It is a 5 out of 5. It is very like crisp and light, refreshing, and I like it. I like it a lot. Obviously, that's why I gave it a 5. Anyway, let's begin. Our main character, her name is Fern, and she lives on this, I guess, like kind of half farm, I guess, with her dad and her brother and her mom. She's upset because the family pig had a litter of piglets, and the dad has decided that he is going to kill the runt of the litter because it is too small. And I'd like to say that this is the first page and this is the second page, and she's already trying to stop a murder. She got in front of an axe. That's not safe. She persuades her father because she's like, you know, the pig has a right to live and he hasn't done anything and he's just a great pig. And the father is convinced, at least for the time being, and he's like, sure, you want to know what? You can keep the pig. He'll live. And so Fern gets herself a pig that she can keep. And I don't know how many of my viewers were raised on a farm or were raised around farm culture. I grew up on a farm and I have almost always lived on a farm. And let me tell you something that is not accurate in this book. Other than the fact that the animals talk, because obviously animals don't talk. To us anyway. Which now raises a whole other thing, because maybe they can and they just don't. This is unrealistic. You could not do that to a pig, I promise you. The other thing you can't do to a piglet is, and these pictures are great. This. There is no way in heck you're going to get a piglet to go into a stroller with a blanket next to a doll. It just isn't going to happen. I'm telling you right now. They're going to squeal and scream bloody murder, and that's what it sounds like. So, if you were thinking of getting yourself a pig, I recommend don't. Fern names the pig Wilbur, and she's taking care of Wilbur, and then she is forced to sell him to her uncle because her uncle has a better farm or a bigger farm and can support Wilbur better because now he has gotten too big to just keep in the house, because baby things that start off this big never stay this big. They always get bigger, as is the circle of life. So she sells Wilbur to her uncle, and all of the other animals bully him. And honestly, the whole Fern leaving Wilbur moment is super traumatic and really sad, at least to me now as an adult. She loved the pig and he loved her, and they're forced apart. But anyway, now that Wilbur's at this place and all of the animals are ignoring him, to make matters worse, because you know, usually that's how life goes, you know, like when one thing hits the fan, all of the things hit the fan. And so Wilbur finds out that he's going to be slaughtered for Christmas dinner. So Wilbur just puts himself in the corner and starts crying like, I don't want to die. And all of a sudden this spider named Charlotte drops down and is like, yo, stop your crying, piglet. Like, I got stuff for you. We're gonna fix this. You're not gonna die. And so she like gets to work weave in her web because she's a spider and stuff, and she's incredible, which spiders are incredible. I know a lot of people are scared of them. I don't know why I'm not, but a lot of people are scared of spiders, but they are incredible, and their silk is so strong. Spiders, man. Also, there's this rat, Templeton, but I don't remember what his purpose was. You have to get every last drop or it doesn't count as drinking the whole bottle. It just doesn't. Charlotte spins a web and she writes out some pig. And this, of course, raises all sorts of flags, and it brings a lot of attention to Wilbur because, you know, like, first of all, a web actually says words, and it's about the pig. And so people from all around are like coming to see this pig with the spider web that says, hey, some pig. And so now they are like pretty popular, which must be nice. You want to know what? In looking back at the illustrations in this book, I feel like this captures me very well. You know, like, this is the face I have, right? And and someone asks, how are you doing? And you're like, terrific. I'm fine. So they go to the county fair because naturally that's where you bring something like really cool. And so Wilbur and Charlotte are at the county fair and she spins a web that says humble. I don't know why that's so amazing, but anyway, Wilbur wins a prize, and so now he is not going to become the Christmas ham. That unfortunate duty will belong to some other pig, but not Wilbur. Charlotte, it becomes very apparent that she's like sick. She's dying. She's not doing hot. You know, like, she's probably got the vid. And so Wilbur's like, hey, she's like, yeah, I just laid like 514 eggs. Like, exactly, I counted because I'm dying. And so Wilbur's like, yeah, it's great. This is cute in the book. You're like, oh yeah, I hope all her babies survive. But in real life, I can tell you right now that I've killed a lot of these things and or vacuumed them up because at some points, some of the spiders have already come out of that, and so the only thing to do is to vacuum them with the long nozzle so you don't have to get anywhere near tiny beaver spiders. Beaver spiders? I would get near those. Wilbur takes the eggs back to the Zuckerman's farm, which is, you know, Fern's uncle, and he takes care of them, and he has to leave Charlotte behind because she's dead anyway. It's like extra special sad, you know, because like Charlotte was the reason that he survived, you know, Wilbur, because she was spinning her special messages in the web that made him seem amazing, and he did all sorts of tricks. But in the end, he can't save her. He can only save her offspring, all 514 of them. And like, here's my thing. Charlotte got pregnant, obviously, but Wilbur acts like he's the baby daddy. Where are the baby's daddies? Daddy. It's one daddy. One. Because it's not a pig's job to raise a spider's eggs. But anyway, that's what Wilbur does. And you want to know the saddest thing? The eggs hatch. All the spider babies leave, except for 3. They all leave him. They're like, bye, we don't like you, deuces, like, peace out, A-Town. Yeah, you know the song. It's a good one, and you should listen to it, but it's by Akon. So 3 of Charlotte's babies stay with Wilbur. Wilbur's like, oh my god, I have 3 friends? That's so cool. Wilbur's like, what are your names? Because these spiders haven't been named. They were just born, you fool. That is how the book ends. Charlotte's Web. Here's the breakdown. Cover design is gonna get a 5. You got Fern, Wilbur, Charlotte, and the other animals, and it's aesthetically pleasing, so it is what it is. Characters are a 4 out of 5 because the animals are cool and Fern is cool. I don't know. You really only have Charlotte, Fern, Templeton, and Wilbur for characters, and I just feel like there could be more, and like there are more, but like they're not fully developed and whatnot, and half of them are animals, so I don't know. And then you get 3 new ones at the end and you don't even really get to know them. It just ends because it's like, hey, here are my kids. You're welcome. Plot is a 2. Because I'm sorry. I guess the whole plot is about Wilbur's survival. And so at first it's Fern trying to save Wilbur, and then it's Charlotte trying to save Wilbur, but then Charlotte dies and all the... It's like, maybe I need different criteria for children's books because it's not the same. Ending is a 3. I love that Wilbur is alive, and so are all of Charlotte's babies, and then 3 of them stay with Wilbur, which is super awesome because he didn't really have friends before because, again, all of the animals shunned him, which maybe you could look into more in depth in terms of an allegory or like a simile or a metaphor or something, but I'm not going to do that because I don't care. Book Drop is going to get a 2 because I guess it could be when Wilbur finds out he's gonna live because he's actually doing well, or when you find out that Charlotte's gonna die and have a bunch of babies. Either way, not that exciting, which gives Charlotte's Web a 3.2 out of 5, which is pretty good considering, like, you know, I'm a 24-year-old reading a book that was meant for, I don't know, it's got pictures, so not a 24-year-old, that's for sure. And it was pretty good. That's the end of Charlotte's Web. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned until next Friday. And until then, stay boozy, my friends.